Today I will talk about the passage of Shobogenzo Zuimonki, a collection of spontaneous talks Dogen gave in his short life and who were recorded by his head monk and give instructions about daily aspects of practice. Today again we will have opportunity for a Doksan, so a short encounter directly after lunch. I will receive every one of you again for a short talk and clarification of practicing the way together. It's again a good day, a wonderful day, bright sky, few clouds if I look outside, and even if it was raining, it would be a good day because we are in our place on our mats, practicing, and if we practice deeply and with devotion, doubt, but also confidence, then it's going to be a good practice. Today, in Dogen's text, he talks about how to find out what's the right way to practice. So we read in the fourth book, the first paragraph. One day Dogen said, "Practitioners of the way, do not cling to your own views, even if you have some understanding. Keep thinking about your understanding. There may still be something missing, and there may also be deeper insight. Visit various teachers, near and far, and study the words of our predecessors. But even the words of the wise from ancient times, the more you trust such words, the more cautious you should be. Even their words may be no good. Always follow the better one." So we are addressed as practitioners of the way. That's a very active term, talking to us in a very trusting way. So not, you students of mine, or you unknowing people. No, it addresses as the first two words, practitioners of the way. In our responsibility, it's every single one of us who is practitioner. So even if we have a marvelous teacher, it's always us that have to practice the way. And Dogen points right at this, practitioners of the way. Listen up. And he really addresses us in this function that we are responsible. Do not cling to your own views, even if you have some understanding. That's something that occurs again and again. Whatever we do in life, we often think, now I've got it. Or we develop views, and then we start arguing. This is right, or these circumstances just show that it's so natural to do something, or to avoid this and that, or not follow up to some insight. That's very vague, but it's very concrete. If we say, you have to practice, or my view is to practice a pure way of Zazen or of Zen, and then you shouldn't mix with others. That can develop to a quite strict, non-inclusive view of practicing the way. And even though Dogen, as a founder of the Soto Zen school, says everything is already there, and he taught a lot, so he wrote a lot of books. Shobogenzo, they're called, the treasury of the true Dharma I. So also this excerpt, Shobogenzo Zuimonki, the treasure of the true Dharma I, in regard to appropriate practice. He says, do not cling to your own views, even if you have some understanding. The understanding is not an absolute thing. Even though we speak of the absolute and the relative, our understanding is not absolute. It's continuously relative, and we do well if we reconsider our own views, our own understanding, again and again. So his recommendation is, keep thinking about your understanding. So even though we say often in Zen, don't think, put thinking away, don't ponder about things, yet we are beings who are born with the faculty of thinking. That's most natural. So it's not against thinking, or also the suggestion we find also in the Old Testament or in the Quran or other traditions. Do not make yourself an image of God, but again, God is manifest in what? So the notion, do not make yourself an image, is not to limit this constant appearance of the last reality. So we are thinking beings, and we are making images. That's how we function. We internalize insights also in images. That's also why koans often are so strikingly clear and intimate in what they try to transmit. And yet we are asked, keep thinking about your understanding. So don't just say, I got it now, and be done with it. He cautions us. There may still be something missing, and there may also be a deeper insight. It's not just the cautioning of, don't develop wrong views, but even adequate, right understanding can become even deeper and wider and more inclusive also, so that it's really true that we see in a small rice corn the whole world, or in a small juice it's just a reflection of the wider picture. So keep on going deeper and deeper. And don't get caught up in categories of deep and shallow, or wide and wider, or narrow. This deepness, this vast deepness, refers or points to this unspeakable or unmeasurable realm of existence that we are living in. And to do so, which is very provocative, of course, to someone who calls himself a Zen teacher, he suggests visit various teachers near and far and study the words of our predecessors. It's true, it's good and right if we, on our path, stick with a teacher. Teaching and learning takes time, but that is not to be mistaken by delegating or handing over our own responsibility to learn. So, a good teacher can teach you nothing, or teach you the no thing that is called Zen, but it's not measurable, or it can just invite to continue to learn, to experience. That's what my teacher did to some degree. That's what his teacher did before him. And that's also what Dogen recommends. So learn, go deep, study also the words of our predecessors. But then again, he also says, but even the words of the wise from ancient times, the more you trust such words, the more cautious you should be. So it's a tricky thing. We are always tending to finalize or to define things, to name things, and to call it our own. It's also in everything we do, there is always also a tendency to appropriate things. And then we risk to lose touch with what's really going on. So therefore, even the words of the wise of ancient times, the more you trust such words, the more cautious you should be. Yeah, the world could still be flat if we would trust the old ones too much. Even their words may not be good. So that is a very radical statement. Even the words of Dogen could be no good if it's not our own understanding. So we are invited again and again to test, to probe our experience. Always follow the better one. So the better, more adequate experience. And then again the circle goes on. Did I develop now a new view? Is it a selfish or a limited view? Can I deepen that view? So it's a constant testing, probing, adhering to, and taking step by step on this way that we practice. And that is what makes us practitioners of the way. Not just blind followers of something, of some ancient way defined by our predecessors. We always, live up to the teaching when we see what is liberating us and help others to liberate themselves. Sometimes it's good, like during a Zazenkai, to follow the structure of the practice. Sit 25 minutes, do some kinin, recite the sutras. But we are still responsible for developing, unfolding, deepening our experience and how that relates to our everyday life. So again, it's Master Ba, ordinary life, ordinary mind is the way, or this mind is the Buddha, or everyday life is the way. So if we end up having a separation between what we believe to be the true teaching and our life, then we have not yet got it in its entirety. But be comforted by another word of Dogen. You cannot finally or completely digest the true Dharma. It's just too vast. And he recommends, like everyone does, just try to get and digest one thing thoroughly. And that one thing is Zazen. That's in our tradition the means to deepen our insight. Practicing Zazen and trusting that from practicing Zazen comes insights into the many things. So with this short Teisho of today, I invite you to go back to your cushion and continue practicing deeply, trustfully, the way. Be practitioners of the way. I thank you.